Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you how to go full-time with your side hustle. Oftentimes, people start a side hustle, and when they see that it's going really well and they love what they're doing with their side hustle because they're building their own thing, they're building their own asset, they'll try and go full-time with it. Now, I'm going to tell you basically how to go from the start to full-time with your side hustle. I'm going to try and keep this as straightforward and simple as possible and give you pretty much a straight path to work with. All right, now without further ado, let's get right into the video. When you first start out your side hustle, it's gonna just be a side hustle. You're probably not gonna make any money or virtually no money for the first year or even 2 years and the money that you do make, you're gonna be reinvesting it. So you're not gonna really be taking that money for yourself. So pretty much for the first year to 2 years of your side hustle, you're not gonna be able to take any of that money and actually apply it for yourself. You wanna reinvest it in one way or another into the business, into the side hustle, if you want to grow that side hustle big enough to end up being full-time. And you should be able to do this because if you survived off just your full-time income before, then you can survive off just your full-time income now and reinvest that side hustle money. So let's say you reinvest your side hustle money for 2 years. By the third year, by the end of the third year, you should be making more money, and at this point, you might be reinvesting some of it, but you'll be able to be taking some of it for yourself. Now, I do recommend that you just keep this money to the side. Don't spend it. Don't have that lifestyle creep where your lifestyle creeps up and you start buying bigger and better things. Just put it aside. And that's because that's going to be your sort of safety net for when you end up going full-time with your side hustle. So take that money that you're getting for yourself from your side hustle and put it to the side. Don't touch it. Pretend like you don't have it. Because just like I said before, if you could survive before off just your full-time income, then you can survive now off just your full-time income, even though you're getting this extra side hustle money. So the third year, probably gonna make a bit of money, keep it to the side. Fourth year, you should be making more money, keep it to the side. By the fifth year, you should be making a decent amount of money, decent enough to actually start replacing some of your full-time income. By the time that you've been 5 years into your side hustle, you probably won't be able to replace your full-time income if you're making a good income at your full-time job, but you will be able to start doing it. Now, this is what I would recommend, okay? And then I'll give you some tips for building your side hustle while you have your full-time job. This is what I would recommend. If you have the possibility of going and reducing your hours at work, then I would recommend that you reduce them slightly and you replace those hours with your side hustle hours. So let's say you're doing 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week at your side hustle, just to keep a nice even number. You're doing 20 hours a week at your side hustle and 40 hours a week at your regular job. If you can actually reduce, 1 day a week, like go down to 80% of those full-time hours. Let's say you get Fridays off. You're only an 80% worker at your full-time job. Then Fridays, you're going to be working on your side hustle full-time for 8 hours. Therefore, you're now doing 28 hours at your side hustle and 32 hours at your full-time job. That's going to allow your side hustle to build faster and at a better pace. Then you're going to replace more and more of your full-time job with your side hustle until your side hustle replaces your full-time job. Now, there aren't many jobs that will allow you to do this. If you're fortunate enough to have a job where you can do this, go for it, because that's the best thing to do. If not, you're just gonna have to keep working your side hustle until your side hustle is about 150% of your full-time income. And then you're gonna probably be able to, quit your full-time job and go to your side hustle as long as it's sort of safe enough. Now, you're probably thinking, why wouldn't I just do this when my side hustle is 100% of my full-time income? Like if I'm earning 100 grand at a full-time job and 100 grand at a side hustle, I should be able to quit my full-time job. Well, not necessarily. Your full-time job gives you most likely a steady paycheck every 2 weeks or however often, whereas your side hustle is probably not going to be as secure. So it's going to be able to go up or down. So I would recommend going to 150%. So like if you're making 100 grand at your full-time job, wait till you're at 150 grand at your side hustle to quit your full-time job. This way, if you lose, you have more than enough of a safety net that if it goes down, if the side hustle income goes down, you're still good to go. Like you can go down significantly and you'll still be making as much as your full-time job, if not more. And you're probably still going to grow your side hustle income at that point because you're devoting full-time hours to your side hustle, and you can probably even, take weekends off once you make the transition. Now, just one quick tip, two quick tips for when you're doing your side hustle with your full-time job, the first tip is to just incorporate it into, like, treat it as if you have to be at your job earlier and stay at your job later. So let's say you're going to work and you usually leave your house at 7 to get to work, and you get to work at 8. That's when you start. Instead, leave your house at 6 and stop at a coffee shop and do an hour's worth of work at that coffee shop, or 55 minutes to incorporate for some transition time to get to work at that coffee shop, and also go to that same coffee shop or whatever it is, park bench, whatever the case is, for an hour after work or 2 hours after work. You can incorporate 2 to 3 hours a day easily like this, and you're still going to get home at a time that isn't crazy, and it's still going to be, you're going to treat it as if it's part of your job, right? And this way you won't miss anything. And the second tip is you're going to have to figure out the highest ROI things to do. Meaning, if you can't waste your time on stuff that's not going to make a difference. Like if you're building a website, you can do a new website design and that'll probably make you feel better, but is it going to get you more traffic? I'm going to be honest with you, probably not. If you have a side hustle business where you're making sales, you can, create some nice client cards that you have for yourself, like sort of like a client list for yourself. Will that make you more money? No. Will that increase your business? Probably not. It'll just look nice. So you have to focus on the stuff that really has the highest ROI, because if you're only devoting 2 to 3 hours a day to your side hustle, you need to maximize those 2 or 3 hours. And in those 2 or 3 hours, you have to do what everyone else does in 8 hours if you want to grow it. That's really what it comes down to, or else it's going to take you 15 years to build up a full-time income from your side hustle, and you might be retired by then. So, which is fine, but I'm saying if you're watching this video, you probably want to, go and take your side hustle full-time as quickly as possible. So you really have to focus on the highest ROI stuff. And that's basically it. In this video, I've told you how to go full-time with your side hustle. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.